Hello guys, welcome once again to the Hitbox CS Arena Showdown. My name's Jono, and of course once again I'm joined by the lovely Metas. Still feeling a bit ill, how are you doing, man? Are you feeling better today at all?
About the same, mate, to be honest with you. Really looking forward to the Counter-Strike. It shouldn't affect me, especially as we just have the one game tonight, the best of three grand finale. But looking forward to this because, to be fair, both of these teams, I mean, it goes without saying they got through to the finals, but they have been the best teams in both of their bracket, I'd have to say. So this has the makings of a pretty epic matchup.
It certainly does, has everything a Counter-Strike fan would want. A lot of skill on both teams. The thing is, it's a national derby. It's like two Swedish teams going up against each other. And something that's interesting to know, right? CS:GO Lounge, of course, I've had this on the website today, and people have been betting, and I think it's nearly 80% in favour of ESG, and I really don't think it's that one-sided. I think it's going to be pretty even.
Yeah, I would say that as well. I think it's a pretty even matchup. It's a difficult one for me to call, especially when you consider that the maps are going to be Mirage, Inferno, and Dust 2. Doesn't really tell you anything. So, again, we did see Palf on Inferno yesterday drop a 25 for 10 scoreline. So if he's on any kind of, what's what I'm looking for, form is the one, as he was yesterday, then you can pretty much expect more of the same. Also, HMP AWPing at the end there on Cash was truly
Ridiculous.
disgusting, some of the stuff he was pulling off.
It was ridiculous. He was just on another level. I haven't seen a player in that much form. Well, it's online, but you know, in quite a while, it was a spectacle to watch. That's for sure. I'm hoping tonight that the guys are going to step it up again, of course. So yeah, just a quick update. I'm sure you guys can see it on the stream. We've got 10 players on the server now. The first map is going to be Mirage, as you said. I think Mirage is going to suit both teams in some ways and some ways not. I think the fact that Shooten and Dennis, right, they were both on Team Global. Well, they were in LGB when it was called LGB, and LGB was seriously good at Mirage. And something that I can immediately remember is Shooten AWPing aggressively on the terrorist side. It's a really small, minute, like detail to pick up, but he's really good at it. So if players like Shooten and Roke can step up today, maybe more than they have done before. And of course, Makaleli and Delpon, they've already performed like so well already. But if the other team can step it up, then ESG will definitely be in good running. I suppose they are the favourites if we look at it logically, but as I say, Aligon, after last night, I just don't know. I might even just say that they could win it 2-1, just because last night they were just ridiculously good.
They were. They seemed on a different level. They breezed past the teams that they're against, and I think they're going to be a tough team to knock out here, to be honest. ESG, though, on the flip side, we're also in a pretty fine form as well. So it's going to be quite an interesting one here, either way, as to who's going to take the all-important victory. $750 for the winner, $250 for the runner-up here, so plenty to play for. Not too bad for a 3-day tournament.
Definitely, yeah. So the Showdown version, guys. We've had a CS Arena Championship, so that was like a longer, more money, all that kind of stuff, kind of format tournament. This is like a quick little showdown just to see who's the best of the week kind of thing. And these two teams have made it through to the final. They've played 2 games already each, and yeah, of course they're going to be playing for 750. I think it might be euros, but it doesn't really matter, does it? It's still good money. And speaking of money, guys, you can still win $20 into your Steam wallet. So you can buy skins, you can buy a game, do whatever you want. It's basically cash on the Steam store, and all you have to do to be in with a chance of winning it is sign up to hitbox.tv, come to our stream on the actual page, which is /CS Arena. Make sure you follow the channel, okay, and then just get yourselves over to Facebook and Twitter. Go to Hitbox and Hitbox Live, Facebook and Twitter there. You'll see the post, just retweet, repost, and comment with your Hitbox username. And you might just win $20 on your Steam wallet. And we're going to be doing that ×3 tonight. So effectively, there's $60 up for grabs. And if you've already signed up and everything, you'll still be eligible. So don't worry, you don't need to go and do it again. If you do it on both of the, if you do it on Facebook and Twitter, you've got double the chance of winning. So why not just go and do it on both? And I think we're just about ready to go live. Makaleli's going to say ready, so is Dennis. Brilliant. So we're going to be going to the knife round. This is slightly CT favoured as a map Metas, but it's probably the most even map we've got in the pool, isn't it?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think it is Maybe not a 50-50. It is slightly biased towards CT, but of course, if T's have a strong attack, then there's no reasons why they couldn't pick up a bunch of rounds. So we are going to be jumping into what I think is the knife round, and of course, that will be deciding which side starts which. Yesterday, it was... I think we saw Mirage one time, and the knife round went CT, so probably be the same here.
I can't remember seeing Mirage, but yeah, it will be CT. Teams, unless you're on Dust 2, you want to start CT pretty much across the board. It's just the better side to start on. So ESG look like they might win it. I'm casting the knife round. It's never gonna go well. There we go. It's done. Before I dig a hole for myself. ESG pick it up, and CT is called out. Makalele, formerly known as XM, by the way. I think he does want to go with the name Makalele. He's been quite stubborn about it, so I think he does actually want to be called that. And here we go. So this is final. The final, I was going to say finally, this is the final of the Hitbox CS Arena Showdown. Map number 1. It's a best of 3 series, so plenty of action to come your way tonight. But here we go. ESG versus Aligon. 2 Swedish teams. They've both made it here in very fine fashion indeed. They've shown us a lot of sexy Counter-Strike up to this point, and I'm expecting more of the same. Emilio, already down to 16 HP, gets some damage off by Ethan though. And you would expect him to die without really doing much. They're trying to jump up it, trying to get him. He does actually get a kill. HP drops. That's the bomb spot in the middle. That's going to be great information. Makalele's going to see them pushing into middle. Connect to there. Delpan and Makalele combined. 2 nice kills. 4 plays 2 now. Things are going pretty well for ESG already. Nice jumping headshot from Dennis though. And maybe things aren't swimmingly after all as Path gets one. Shooting it does answer back. So now it's a 2 versus 1. Dennis gets another frag. 1 versus 1. Very tense. Oh, he's on 14 HP there, Dennis. Makalele's got the angle. Dennis with the gorgeous Glock headshot. Long range. Easy as you like. Wow. 1-0 to Alagon. What a start.
Yeah, I would just like to ask Ruben if something's wrong with the stream, because it's just showing you watching someone in window with a knife out. I don't know if that's me bugging or... Right, because I can see a few people in chat asking as well. Regardless, I'll just cast. Could very well just be on my end, but obviously with the T's picking up the pistol round, you know, going to be buying on up 2 P250s, 2 AKs, and of course a Glil as well. Palf is going to open up things nicely onto Roku, and now they're chasing themselves through the B. Nice pickup from Shooten. Nearly gets the second before Palf goes on for his second kill with the AK-47 before being P250 down. This is a good eco round right now. You got to say from ESG, already put down the hurt, as 2 weapons have been lost. Bomb is being planted from Zelos, and the 2 remaining players will be Delpan and Emilio. Can they pick up any more frags? Can they add to the 2 dead members of Alagon? Not looking likely, as Cobra and Dennis both chime in for the final 2 kills. Not a bad eco, though.
Not bad at all. Oh, this game's got so much promise, man. There's so many nice shots already. Both of these teams are just brimming with talent. It's a really interesting match, yeah. 2-0 Aligon, good start. I mean, they made it expensive though, ESG. It's a good job. They got 2 kills. The bomb was planted, so they're not going to be struggling for money. Of course, they did win the round as well. Oh, HMP's going to get some action here. He gets one with a grenade. Fair enough, who needs guns? And Cobra's got one on Shooting as well. Nice headshot from HMP. Remember, this is the guy that was just on another level last night, so if he's getting his shots at this early stage, well, it's got to be worrying for any team, especially ESG, their Swedish counterparts. Now 5 plays 2. This eco hasn't really gone as well. Rogue gets 1. It's kind of a redeeming kill though. Too little too late. Makalele gets another, so maybe not too little too late. And I think I might be lagging. My voice might have lagged out there. Okay, no worries, my ping spike there. So, not to worry. 3-0 Aligon. Once again, 2 kills there from ESG, so they're doing alright.
Yep, not doing too bad. Now they're going to buy up 3-0. So, that is going to be ESG trying to bounce back. This is a pretty important round for them. If they were to lose this, they'd be back in a bit of an economic slump. So, let's see how they aggress in this round. On the defense side, so far so good for them. They've locked down position, Shooting on short, Delpan mid, Emilio and Makalele on A, but they have lost the first man, which is the aforementioned Delpan. So that's going to open up things nicely if Alagon do start to try and push through mid. Palf is there by himself, Cobra's at T spawn, and HMP starting to move around towards A ramp. So they're very weary of a potential Palace push, but unbeknownst to them, nobody is interested from the side of ESG. Just Emilio hiding around Shadow. actually on the boxes to the left of it. Had just heard somebody bouncing down. There goes the flashbang and the push from Dennis. Sublime timing. We'll get that second kill on the board. So Makalele with it all to do. Shooting is starting to move around. But is it enough? They haven't quite aggressed onto the bomb site as aggressively as I thought they would, though. Pout with a nice headshot, just catching the top of Makalele's head, peering over the back boxes. And now Shooting with it all to do. It's got one, looking for a second, not able to connect the dots just yet. The bomb was planted, and now Shooting and also Roku are all that remains. 9 HP and 99. And it looks like they want to just go ahead and save on up. So this is looking like it's going to be a 4-0 scoreline, and I don't think that Shooten is going to be able to save that AK-47, or M4 I should say, because he's being chased down from Zelos and he has no hit points to his name. So this could be a clean sweep. He has done a bit of damage though, gets one kill, looking for another one. He is being pushed from left and right, gets another, gets the third. So pretty nice work from Shooten at the end, but still, the 4-0 is the scoreline to Alagon.
Nice and Shooten, yeah, got 4 there, made it really damn expensive. Aligon, they're not completely rich, so it's not nice to lose so many guns. They've all got 2k. Zelos was the man surviving, I think. He's now on 7k. 4-0 already. Fantastic start from Aligon. The kind of mixed team, by the way. ESG are a proper team. They were called SK. They've been together a while. Really talented team. I like watching them tremendously. Aligon, on the other hand, are a bit of a mixed team. They're not really stratted out as much as ESG you'd expect. So, what a great start for them. And of course, ESG now, they're on the pistols. So you might expect it to be 5-0. Not a great start there for ESG. HMP's got an AWP in hand. He's going to be pushing on to short, taking point. He's going to get a sight into A. I think that is going to be the play, in A split, basically, through connector. Amina's going to be in apps. He's going to see them pretty soon. Calls are going to come out. Let's see if they can get any kills or even get the round. The bomb is going to be fake planted. That's quite clever, but there's nobody going to challenge, so he's going to be able to get the bomb down. Still nobody died. It's interesting. ESG kind of stacked there at the B site, which was the wrong site. When Delpan opens up, first kill going the way of the Blues. There's a second. Shooting, taking down HMP. The AWPer. Zealous gets Emilio, but this could prove costly for Aligon if they don't convert this round. Oh, nice shot from Dennis. So, yep, they're looking pretty comfortable after all. They've lost 2 men, but the bomb is down, and ESG just want to back on off and save those weapons that they've managed to scavenge. There's another one, thank you very much, and Makalele's going to back on out with an AK. So another good eco round, but we can't really be talking about eco rounds the whole time. They do need rounds, Metas. It's 5-0.
They certainly do, and the 79% of you that did vote on CSGO Lounge for ESG looking not necessarily in the best shape. It is still early days though, so plenty of things can happen in this best of 3. We have seen crazy comebacks before. I mean, we saw yesterday 5, 6, 7 rounds going on the bounce to teams, the momentum really getting in their favour. So I'm not ready to call anything just yet, but Alagon looking very strong from the get-go. There we are though. First frag in this round, we'll be finding Emilio. So maybe this is the moment where ESG do start to fight back a tiny bit. Palf has been heavily tagged up as well. So already the alarm bell's beginning to ring for them potentially, and Cobra having a few issues trying to get up the ladder there. He does finally get up there, now moving towards B. He does have the bomb in hand as well. 2 players are in mid, that's HMP and Palf. So it would definitely look like B is the bomb site of choice. Emilio's pushing through Palace, getting lots of information here. They've actually got 3 players on A, whereas Makalele, I should say, is starting to look in towards the window. But if Alagon do push B aggressively right now, it would be a 2-on-2. With HMP going through short, they would probably have the man advantage, but no! There is the AWP shot from Makalele, just smashing through HMP. So that's going to be a pretty nice situation now for ESG. You would have thought Makalele moving around into kitchen, 3 versus 2 situation on the B plant. Zelos and Cobra potentially thinking twice now that Cobra's backing on off, going towards underpass. So maybe they're going to go for a rotation, but this is a really difficult situation for them, John Oliver. They're 2 players behind, and they've only got 20 seconds to try and make something happen.
Zealous is tasked with kind of keeping them on the site. He's only got 1, so he's doing that job very well indeed. The rotate is not going to come out from A. Delpan actually takes down Cobra, who was the bomber. So, yeah, tricky situation for them. They didn't really have the manpower to do a proper fake there, and they ran out of time for themselves. So, ESG do pick up the round. Well played to them. HMP, I'm going to just point out, it's a negative point out thing, but he overextended and he challenged Makaleli in window with an AWP. I mean, he should have just ran past and gone to B, but he gave away his life. Unfortunately, his team didn't pick up the round. So 1-5, still 4 rounds good for Aligon. So ESG will want to pick up this round, of course, and start building a bit of bank coming back into this game. As we've said, it is CT-sided, but don't really take that for granted. It's not a map where you will run away with it on CT. It's still very even. Momentum does play a massive part on Mirage. So let's see if ESG can get a bit of that momentum and pick up some rounds. Aligon just taking it very slowly once again. They've got 2 members in middle and 3 on A this time. So they're going for the classic A split, something they're really fancying in this map so far. But with 3 members on the A side. 3 members in blue on the A side as well, though. So they're going to be well guarded. Delpan takes down HMP, who I think just had a pistol. And here comes the push. Dennis takes point here, gets up onto the boxes. He's just waiting for somebody to peek under axe. Emilio doesn't come from under axe, comes from sight, takes him down. Delpan's got himself another. He's had a good round so far. He drops though. Rope coming from behind. That's good positioning. And with 3 members remaining, they pick up the second round. 2-5. Still for Alagon, but ESG with 2 rounds on the bounce.
Yep, that is a nice bounce back from them, and that kind of goes along with what we were saying before about CSGO just being such a momentum-based game that 5-0 looks bad on paper, but it's easy to come back from. And they could still finish this side strong. You know, they could easily get 8 or so rounds, even 9 rounds, if they start putting their foot down. And this is going to be an eco round from Alagon, so you'd assume this is going to be a fairly comfortable round from ESG. Let's have a look. Stacking on ramp are Alagon. So, going to try and rush out any second now. A couple flashbangs out. Here we go. They're going to be running in. Pouf does spot player in. Palace is unable to connect the cross slow. And here comes Emilio. Gets through, looking for his third, and will not get it. Shooten comes in to help him out before dropping himself. They lose just the 1 player. Nice anti-eco round overall. But Aligon, they are now going to go back to buying once again.
Yeah, that was the best player, if you think about it this way, the best player to die on ESG side as well, because he was the richest. So not really that damaging at all from ESG's point of view. And Aligon didn't really do much in that round, but of course they were eco, and as you say, now they're bought again. So once again, we're going to see an even playing field. Makaleli on to Pal, great reactions. He drops in this early stage without really doing much. He was on a kind of a reconnaissance mission, trying to get information. Makaleli's not going to give him anything, and he drops. So yeah, 4 plays 5. And it looks like they're stacking over towards B this time. They've tried the look at A few rounds, hasn't worked out the last 2 or 3. And so why not flip it up and go towards B instead? And smokes have come out, I think. The bomb is in app still. They're taking a long time to do it, and now they're going to be backing off. So this is interesting. I don't know if this is indecision, if it's down to good smokes from the CTs, or if they're just going for the fake, but we're going to have to see. And Makaleli is rotated from window to kitchen. Delpan takes down HMP from that lovely boost spot. It's a really effective position with an AWP. And here comes the push. It is going to be B. The CTs don't know this, but they've got 2 members waiting. And Aligon really do need to get this entry pick, otherwise it's probably going to be game over in this round, I would say. Is it Dennis? It is, taking point with the AWP. It's all on him then. Can he get the frag? No, he won't. Shooting a row combined. Easy as you like. 4-5 now, and ESG didn't even lose a man in that round, mate. It's a great round from them.
Yeah, really bouncing back with a vengeance here. 4 rounds on the bounce. Another eco round for Alagon as well. So you'd have to fancy this is going to be all even once again. So let's see if Alagon do try for another eco rush. Last time it was A ramp, but they're going to try for a potential B. Doesn't look like the HMP Cobra, Zelos all opting for the A side of the map. Whereas on the flip side, Dennis and Pauf mid and B apps respectively, though Pauf is actually in underpass now. But here we go, Cobra goes down, he does find himself Emilio, who is second top on his team, 8-5. Shooten is top with 11-6. There's a nice AWP shot though from Makaleli. Shooten, the man I was just mentioning before, adds to his tally now on 12. And it's all on Pauf and HMP to see if they can pick up a single member. The Eagle comes out from HMP, does finally land the last shot, and Pauf also gets a kill, so nice eco round, and the AWP picked up as well. He's only got 4 hit points remaining with 55 seconds to go. I'm not sure he'll be able to save this one for his team, but Is he able to pick up any more kills? Nice Deagle headshot from HMP, so maybe they're going to have half a mind to actually try and clutch this round out. HMP has got himself the AWP, and he's also got himself the bomb as well. So 1v2 situation, this is certainly doable. Bomb's gone down, so that's going to be a nice chunk of change either way to the terrorists. And he's got the first kill. We know how good he is with an AWP. Now looking towards Connector, very nearly gets the kill on Roku. Here comes the Molly as well, and Roku will clutch out this round, but my goodness, Alagon made such a dog's dinner out of that one. That was so nearly an eco win.
Wow, that was close. ESG, where they were worried, seriously worried. Great eco round from the terrorists, and yeah, it came down to a 1v1. My god, I would have actually expected HMP to get that as well, but Roku managed to keep his cool and take him down in the end. So they're all going to have to rebuy pretty much. And they've got money to play with after 4 rounds, make that 5 now on the trot. So it's not that bad considering. But yeah, very close for Aligon. And they haven't had a round in 5. So it's gone 5 and then 5. So big swings of momentum. As HMP takes down Roku, the saviour of the last round. So he's not going to be saving anything this round. He's going to be watching. And the bomb's going to be going around to B, it looks like. You know, this terrorist side, it doesn't look that organised. I don't know how you feel about that, Metas, but I can kind of see that they are a mixed team in the way that they're playing.
Sorry, mate, can you repeat that? I didn't quite catch it.
Oh, well, I can kind of tell they're a mixed team by the way they're playing the terrorist side. They're not really doing anything decisively, and they're not pushing anywhere. But we'll pick up on that after as Showdown takes down Cobra. Makalele gets another. Oh, easy as you like. Yeah, they're kind of not really doing anything with much purpose. They're trying to split and pick. It's kind of hit and miss for them right now, I feel.
Yeah, I do agree. There's not many set pieces as well, you know, where they're going to smoke out the likes of A, which you see a lot of the very top teams do. They'll like heavy smoke A and then push out as a united force and, you know, just lock everything down. We haven't seen that so far from Alagon, and I do agree with what you're saying, because again, look at this, got 3 on A ramp, 2 milling around at B and mid, and again, it's not really decisive. It's not putting your foot to the throat and being ruthless. They are going to be pushing out here right now. They do get a kill on Emilio, but Makalele comes straight back onto HMP. This is 6 rounds in a row, by the way, to ESG, so this could be a 7th, which would just be absolutely huge for them. But 1 player down apiece. This is still wide open. 3 players now pushing on A. Dennis, Pauth, and Zelos. Cobra's still in mid. He's going to look to try and rotate around the back and flank them. Nice shot from Roku, though, alongside Delpan, but there we go. The back attack in effect from Cobra. Zelos has spotted Makalele, unable to get that kill. There's Showdown, who's been performing amazingly. 16 for 7 right now on the first half. He has certainly been one of the determining factors as to how they came back into this one so well. Pauth and Cobra, what can you do in this situation? You have 36 seconds, you are a player down, and you do have the bomb. The answer is start off with a kill. Now 2v2. Tag teams once again in effect. Pauth is still not going for that bomb plant. They're very cautious of Showdown peeking from CT spawn again, which is what he's trying to do, but the bomb's already been planted, so he needs to be oh so careful. There's Pauth. Makalele comes straight back, so it's going to be Pauth versus Makalele. Pauth is top fragging for his team. Makalele second for ESG. Starting to walk up the stairs. Pauth spots him and does get the kill, but was tagged up there from Makalele's AWP. 4 hit points remain, and that will be the 6-6 scoreline.
Down to the wire. 4 HP remaining on Pauth. He's a lucky boy. But he did get the kill, so fair play. He won the round out. So yeah, that's the first round in after 6 for Aligon. After a great start, they've on a bit of brick wall, but they've managed to kick it through, and they've got another round back, and we're all tied at 6-6. So it's a very even game at the moment. And as I said, it's an even map, so it's not that surprising. Maybe the guys on CS:GO Lounge might have been wrong, betting so heavily in ESG's favour. I've said this, I'll say it again. I think Aligon have a real chance in this best of 3. And I don't expect ESG to run away with it. Delpan has got such a nice AWP, by the way. You switch to Delpan, Rabin, if you can, Ruben, because it's so nice, his AWP. I haven't even seen it before. It's Dragon Lore. But that's a side note. Oh, we've got problems on the stream. That's always a shame to hear, but we're going to be fixing them as soon as possible. Please bear with us. But in the meantime, let's get our heads back in the game. 5 plays 5. Once again, quite a mixed bunch, the terrorists. They're kind of spread out here. Not really doing much. Zelos has walked all the way into A. How has he been given so much room? Delpan is not going to be aware of this, surely. And he's going to be taken down. Zelos with a really nice flank. Gets his way all the way into A. Can he get 2? Yes, he can. Zelos, brilliant play from him. And now, the flanker's going to get flanked from a player coming in on the T ramp. And that's going to be a CT. And it's going to be Emilio. It's going to get 1. Make that just 1. I was going to say 2 there. But Palf, once again, escapes barely with his life. 13 HP. 2 plays 2. Once again, down to the wire. And let's see if the CTs will this time clutch it. Rogue and Shooting are tasked with it. They've both had clutches in this map already. Zelos already with a fantastic round, and Palf's already being very tagged, and now Rogue gets spotted and gets tagged. Palf's going to do damage, gets bumped by the ladder. That's tragic. He's not going to be happy about that one. And Zelos gets the frag. Can he get it? Must be his 4th in this round. I'm losing track. He's staying on the defuse here. Wow, that was very, very close indeed. Roku kind of balls that one, but Zelos was wise to it. Fantastic round from him. And that's the 7th on the board for Aligon. Well played indeed.
Yeah, shown great tenacity as well after going 5 rounds down in a row. After starting very well. In fact, it was 6 rounds. So they managed to pull it back a tiny bit. 7-6. Very even scoreline as we were predicting here on Mirage. But there is the Palace push. Both Dennis and Delpan come head-to-head. Dennis will get the upper hand this time around. Makalele goes back onto Cobra. And have a quick look at that. 3 players from Alagon are in the B apps. So they're looking to potentially push into this one. Palf gets a nade kill on Roku. Didn't quite catch that one. And I'm still watching Makalele on A. But this is looking like B is there for the taking if they so choose. Palf gets yet another kill. His 2nd of the round. Bomb is totally open. Will be planted from HMP. This is looking like it's going to be an 8-6 scoreline unless Makalele or Emilio do something outstandingly good. Which, they're good enough players to pull this off, let's be honest. But a 4v2 with the bomb down on B, this is a difficult site to retake, especially when you're outnumbered. Nice smoke planted there as well from Alagon. Going to be somewhat taking away all that visibility from Makalele, who will get himself headshot down. But there's Palf for his 3rd. Very nice play. 8-6 will be the score into Alagon.
I would have saved there, actually, because it's now the last round and a half, and they're not going to be able to fully buy up. And that might come back to bite them, and it might be 9-6, which would be a great half-time score for Aligon. So it's very forwards and backwards, isn't it? Of course, Aligon went up 5-0, ESG came back to 6, and now Aligon have picked themselves up 3 on the trot. So, talking of that momentum, we weren't lying, guys. So 6-8 is either going to be the closest score there is possible, or 9-6 in favour of Aligon, which would be great for them. They've already won the half on 8, so ESG just desperately want to pick up this round and of course get themselves started off well on the next half with the pistol. But it's very much open, this game still. There's not one team running away with it in my opinion at this point. But here comes the push on to A. Talking of running, they're running straight on here. Dennis and Palf both open things up very well indeed. Emilio's got an AWP, so that might be a key factor here for the defence. I don't quite know where he is. I think he's in window room, so he needs to start getting some frags. He might be smoked off something. Might be used on Rogue, who is on CT spawn here. Dennis is in apartment, so it's a very, very strong afterplant position as long as he plays it well. This is looking very, very bad for the CTs indeed, in my opinion. Palf gets 1. I think they're just prolonging the inevitable here. Emilio gets another. He's got an AWP in hand, so finally making it work. Nice 2nd shot. Making the best out of a bad situation. Always a good thing, making it look sexy. But 6-9 to Aligon. And in the end, they did come back and get the last few rounds and win the half. So, still all to play for, but Aligon certainly with the advantage.
Definitely the case, and it's going to be a pretty difficult one for ESG to pull back, really, especially if Aligon win the pistol round and they start to assert some dominance on the defense side. There is a pause. Not sure what this is all about, but apparently ESG needed it, so there you go. And this is going to allow us to kind of talk to you guys in the chat just for a few moments. There is a problem with Hitbox right now. We apologize for the lags and the delays and the black screens and such. The technicians are working to get a resolve, so hopefully the issues won't be here for too much longer. Again, apologies, guys. Hope you're enjoying it apart from that. While we do have this pause, we actually have 3 Steam wallets to give away today. Have just been informed from the admins and such. So even though we have the 1 game, we have 3 still to give away. So that's $60 in total, 20 apiece. All you need to do is follow the links, which I'm sure GLaDOS will put in the chat any second now. retweet, follow the stream, favorite on Twitter, all that good stuff. And on Facebook, also enter in your Hitbox username so that once we do allocate who's going to win, we can contact you. That's all you have to do to win $20 worth of a Steam wallet. Pretty nice prize there, Jono, for doing absolutely nothing, effectively.
Absolutely. Maybe you can buy a Dragon Lore AWP that Delpan's got. I'd certainly buy it. Oh man, I'm obsessed with the AWP. I better shut up. I'm going to see how much it is on the market. I might just buy it. But anyway, ESG, with everything to do here in the pistol round, speaking, well, in the short term anyway, they'll want to pick up the next 3 rounds and bring it all even. In which case, it's a very, very open map indeed. Makalele's going to open things off. That's a very good start for them. There's one man on the side. That's Zelos. Let's see if he can come up with something big. No, he can't. Shooting and Emilio combine. But Palf gets 2 back, and Delpan's very, very low. I was just about to say it's all over, and it still might be, but here we go. Palf now, the man tasked with the clutch. 1 versus 3. 3 to find. He's got the first, and that was a very good kill because he had the most health. That was an overextension for Emilio. Might be getting the rage on the TeamSpeak if he does clutch this, pal. Emilio I'm talking about. And he gets the second now. Delpan only has 1 HP. He's just going to have to hide. Wait for the clock. Wow, Palf gets it. That's incredible. Emilio gave him his body on a platter. Palf punished. Got the other 2 kills. Let's just see. Yes, he will. And that's crushing for ESG. And on the other side, that's exactly what Aligon might need just to go into overdrive. 10-6.
Oh man, I said this before. If Palf is in the same form that we saw him in yesterday, things are going to get messy. They're going to get messy fast. 24 for 12 is his current scoreline. Sick clutch. And also, something else that's pretty sick, but not in that good kind of way. Apparently, the Dragon Lore's worth about $150 to $200 on Steam Marketplace.
Oh,
that is
that's
insane.
That's out my price tag.
It's just a bit out of my budget. I don't think I can afford that anytime soon. No. I'll stick with the red line. Quite like that skin anyway. I think you got electric pipe, haven't you?
Yeah, mate, sorted. It's my favourite one anyway. But anyway, we're waffling on because it's an eco round, and we all know what happens in eco rounds. If it's by the books, it's happening right now. It's the team with guns, if I can get my words out, win it, and flawlessly as well. So good round from Aligon, 11-6. And are ESG going to go for the early buy? Yes, they are. Okay, big round matters for ESG. I think this is one of the crucial rounds in the map. If they lose this, Aligon, they're going to be on 12, and ESG are going to be on eco again. So must-win round for ESG, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then they're also going to have, arguably, because this is one of the most even maps, the easier side as well, just about. So could have a 6-round advantage if they win this, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Can ESG pull this one back? Also, interestingly enough, our admins have just informed us this was ESG's choice of map as well, so they desperately want to take this one home. That being said, they do pick up the first frag here in the round. Delos has been dropped. Here comes the push in on short from ESG. 3 players strong. The last 2 will be in B-Apps. That's going to be Emilio and Shooten. There's Cobra though with the Falas opening things up nicely. On to Delpan. Gets the 2nd kill and the 3rd kill as well. He's going huge. He's finally taken down. But has the damage been done in this 2 versus 1 situation? No, it hasn't. As Roku will come to the rescue with very low HP. 7-11. So we're not going to have the 12-6 scoreline that we're worrying about.
No, it's a good thing really for the balance. Man, so much aim, like prowess in this map. It's unreal. Keep flicking to everybody, and they're all just hitting these really sick shots. And it's kind of what happens when you put 2 really skillful Swedish teams against each other. It's always a joy to watch. And ESG get that round, and it was a must-win round, as we said. So they're now on 7. Aligon are sitting pretty with a 4-round advantage still on the arguably easier side, as you said. But if ESG pick up this one, then Aligon might just be on an eco, and that would bring ESG to 9. So they're taking it round by round. They've got their heads in the game, that's for sure. 5 plays 5. Dennis has actually got a swag 7, so that's indicating to me the money's not great. I can't press tab because it alts my push to talk button, which is a bit silly, but I'm sure the money's not very good at all. Makalele's going to walk in here, takes down the first, and the 2nd. Makalele comes up big. That's really nice. And Delpan with a gorgeous headshot onto HMP as well. He drops to the floor. Zelos and Cobra now they're gonna back on out. No, thank you. Or maybe they no, I called that too early. Zelos is going around CT. They do fancy it after all. Bring it on. Anything you can do, we can do better. But perhaps not, as Delpan takes down Cobra, and that's half of the infantry, as it were. That's 1 out of the 2 members that were remaining. Now Zelos Zelos now has 4. to find, or maybe to avoid, because he's probably just going to have to save it. Great round from ESG. Zealous takes down 2. cheeky play. But it doesn't really matter at this point, because ESG are going to be comfortably taking the round, and that puts them on 8. And Aligon metas will probably be on Eco, with Zealous having an M4, yeah.
Oh man, that back attack though, getting 2 kills, not too bad. But yeah, again, ESG just bouncing back, showing what they're made of. This is one of the reasons I just love CS so much, is when you think a team is up against the ropes, they really do just fire it back at their opposition and say, nope, we're not quite out just yet. Only 3 rounds separate the teams, and with this being an eco, and the only M4 dropping as well from Zelos, as he did manage to save it from the last round, now it's going to put a real spanner in the works for Alagon. Can they pick up kills? Can they do the unthinkable and clutch this eco round? We've seen stranger things happen over the last couple of days, but I'm not too sure this time around. Makalele will make short work of HMP, who is peeking out window. There is another player there that will be powerful, stepping over his fallen teammate to have a couple of quick, sneaky shots. Doesn't connect the dots too much, though. Won't be picking up a kill just yet. Emilio is very low on HP, so they may try and pick off the stragglers before the end of this round comes to a head. There we go. And that will be Palv taking it down. No big surprises there. 27 and 14. That is a crazy scoreline at this kind of level of play. This game is far from over just yet, you have to feel. Emilio and Makalele both get a kill. It is going to be the talisman remaining, and he does fall as well. So just the 1 loss for ESG. Definitely a good round for them. And now Alagon can bite once again.
It's like a one-man army, isn't it? It's on 67 score. It's just crazy. Crazy. And there's still loads of rounds to be played. He might end up on a 30, well, he's going to end up on 30 bomb probably, maybe 40 bomb would be ridiculous. But yeah, 9-11, both teams going to be brought up again. So another great round if, for ESG's point of view, if they can pick it up. Of course, a lot of money invested from Aligon's side, so their money's going to be still not great. And a CT, for those of you that don't know, a nice little fact for you, it's a little more expensive to buy on CT, so you need to save up more money. And that becomes a problem when you start losing rounds. So ESG are fully aware of that, and they just want to inflict as much economic damage as possible while winning the rounds, of course. So here we go. They're just taking their time, as always. To me, it seems that ESG are a bit more organised. They've kind of had the same setup most rounds, and most places are covered as a result. So aggressive pushes and things are completely eradicated. And then they make the mid-round calls, and it usually turns out pretty successfully for them. So far, at least on this terrorist side. So I'm quite impressed with what I'm seeing from ESG. Aligon kind of need to step it up, I feel. Palv, of course, is just on another level right now, but the rest of his teammates, they're not really there with him. And so they need to step it up and help him out, because it's a team game here. Not just a one-man thing, but there's the early exchanges. Makalele and Cobra exchanging, so no advantages, just going, yeah, Makalele gets a second. Shuts me up about advantages. He makes sure that his team goes ahead here. And once again, an exchange means that it's 2 versus 2, courtesy of 2 frags from Dennis, actually. Delpan does take him down in the end with his Hawk, though. Now, Roke accompanies Delpan in a 2-on-1. Zelos, the man remaining, did get 2 kills last time out, but didn't clutch. Ran out of time. Does have plenty of time this time, though. Zelos gets the first kill. Delpan drops now. Roke, pressure on here. This is a needed round for ESG. If Aligon get this, the momentum might just come right back, but Roke is going to say no, and he's going to put the 10th round on the board for ESG. Double digits and only a 1-round deficit. And the money balance, you can see at the top, it's all orange. ESG, they're in a commanding position in the second half.
Yep, another eco from Alagon as well, just to add to their woes. So this really has been a seesaw of a match. You know, one team starts to get the momentum, other team pulls them back down. One team gets momentum and just rinse and repeat. First kill is on Palf. That's a big body blow. 27 frags to his name. A bit of an interesting discussion as well in chat of people thinking he's a bit dodgy. He just seems like a very good player to me personally, but there we go. Roku's going to get 2. Here comes Dennis. He gets taken out as well, and this is a clean sweep. Very comfortably done in the end from ESG. Just what the doctor ordered. They've got bank down their back pocket as well. 9,000 and such on there. Alagon, they're struggling. There's no 2 ways about this, Jono. They are in deep, deep water.
Yeah. Who's dodgy?
Saying Palf is dodgy, but personally I think he's just good.
Really? It's rare to actually have cheaters at this level with tournaments and stuff like that. But, you know, I can see why people are saying it. He's absolutely playing incredibly at the moment. And, yeah, speaking of Aligon struggling, once again, the two early exchanges go very much against them. H&P and the man everybody's being a bit harsh about goes down. Zelos with a good nade and a nice frag, but he took a bit too long, and that made the T's answer back and took him down without getting much done there. But 2 plays 2, as I'm waffling on. Delpan and Shooten versus Dennis and Cobra. The bomb is down right in front of Cobra, so he's going to call out to Dennis, who does make his way through. Delpan shuts him down. Nearly gets a second there. If he could have brought his mouse up a few more inches, then he would have been a bit higher. Shot his foot. Cobra with a very good angle. Shooten's got to be careful if he walks out here. He's going to die, but Shooten takes Cobra down. Who cares about angle? It's all about the peak advantage and the reaction. 12 rounds on the board for Aligon. That's a lot in a row. Sorry, for ESG. It's Aligon that are struggling here. Their money's terrible. They're going to be buying. But when was the last time they got a CT round? I can't remember.
It was 11-6, I think, or 11-5. So that's a good 5 or 6 rounds that they've lost on the bounce now, have Alagon. And also, was I seeing things, or does that legit say that Shooten has 103,000 kills on his stat track red laminate? That is
probably. It does take
ridiculous.
A lot. To be this good, it takes a lot, man.
Jesus. I don't even think I got that many kills, and I put loads of time into this game. Regardless, though, it is going to be Alagon buying back up once again, and they need to do something. They need to derail this ridiculous train that is steamrolling down in the form of ESG. Shooten is going through. Flashbang, smoke as well. Zelos is hiding around the corner in a bit of a sneaky position. Can he make this one work? There's 3 players that could very well be pushing him any second now. He is deciding to pull himself back, which in hindsight, probably a good decision. And now you can see all 5 players congregating inside of the B apps. Now starting to push. Zelos is in prime position to make something crazy happen, but he's going to get instantly killed. Palfo from short opens up, gets himself 2 quick fire kills. Very nice stuff from him before eating a grenade to the face. Not quite dropped his 30 bomb just yet. He needs somebody else to step up to the plate here. He's 12 frags ahead of the nearest on his team. Roku goes on to Dennis, and it's all on Cobra, who had a blistering game yesterday. He was one of their standout players, but he's currently on 12 for 21, which is far from ideal for him or his team. And I think he's pretty much wanting to just save this up. There's not a great deal he can do in this 1 versus 3. This is going to be 13-11, and ESG just on a tear.
Yeah, Cobra and H&P as well. He, like last night, he was the guy that just shocked us how good he was playing. But he's really struggling today. He's not in the game yet. It's a best of 3, and sometimes the players that don't perform so well on map 1 kind of really step up in the second map. You know, it takes a while for them to get into it or something like that. Both of these guys haven't played today. Last time out, they had. They played 2 games to get to the semis. So I don't know. All these factors will change how the players play, but you know, it's not about the players; it's about the teams at the moment. ESG really performing as a team, and they're definitely winning this one out at the moment. 13-11, and a great metaphor, a train, a big freight train. It's so hard to stop it at this point. The momentum is just so large for ESG. Aligon haven't really got many kills in as many as like 7 or 8, 9 rounds, and ESG kind of proved me wrong and saying that everybody was right to bet on them. Indeed, in Mirage at least. So we're going to be going on to Inferno next map. So all is not over for Aligon if they can't pull it back. It's kind of do or die, and I think that they're kind of making a bit of an error by not changing up their CT style at the moment. As Shooten takes down Dennis, courtesy of his shadow. He just walked into his crosshair there. A bit of a silly move indeed, but yeah, I think the C2 should be changing something up in this one, man. It's like maybe rushing mid or just being a bit more aggressive, but maybe that's all it takes. An AWP in the hand of Cobra. He's woken up clearly in this round 2 already. Zelos has got the angle as well on mid. But Makaleli manages to dodge. No, he doesn't. Okay, Zelos did see him. I thought he might have just edged around the corner there. Delpan, nice shot in the smoke. This is clutch situation now. 1 versus 3, now 2. Can he get the second? Oh my god, HP's on 1. HP, and Delpan takes him down now. 1 versus 1. Zelos picks him off. I don't know why he decided to peek there, but he did. Didn't work out for him, and there we go. There's a round on the board for the CTs. 13-12. Finally they find a way. But they didn't change anything up. They just got a nice moment individually from Cobra. I still think they need to change it up, man.
I think so too. They also need a few players to step up. You know, HMP, we were singing his praises before on Cash. His AWP work was just sublime, but he's not got started in this game. 9 for 22. Of course, ESG with the mass amounts of rounds that they've stacked up back-to-back here, they're able to buy up comfortably, still have loads of money in their back pocket, even if they were to go ahead and lose this round as well. So, Aligon are far from being safe. And look at this, 4 players stacked on 8. Makalele, Shooten, who I've been told we're pronouncing it wrong again. What can you do? We're English scrubs. Either way, they are pushing in. Emilio picks up the first kill. I can say that name pretty easily. Although Palf does come back and takes Emilio down. Roku is going to answer the call. It's like whoever gets a kill instantly dies afterwards. This back and forth action. Delpan chimes in on Zelos. So now there is a 2-man advantage claimed from ESG. And this should really be 14-12. Unless something happens from Cobra and HMP, who are both underperforming. They're both incredibly good players. And this is going to be 14-12. And then we're getting very, very close to the nitty-gritty end. The business end of Mirage. That is going to be Cobra falling as well. In connector, so it's all on HMP. Wants to save this AWP for his team. And I've noticed that Zelos was using it a few rounds before, so interesting that they changed the AWP depending on the map, it would seem. But it's always interesting to me, Jono, because I've been told that we're saying Shooten wrong. And, you know, the way that we would say it in English...
Sheaton.
Sheaton?
I think it's more like Sheaton.
So like an E?
I think so.
Wow. See, the way that we'd say it in English is Skyton, right? We'd just say it like it's spelled. If I say that, I know people are going to call us scrubs. Either way, HMP opens things up, and this is an eco round, so not looking good.
Scrubs.
We're just English scrubs, mate.
We are, we're doomed. Everybody hates English people. I can see why. Like, there's a lot of knobheads on the matchmaking servers, but not everybody's that bad that's English. So please let us off. I'm going to carry on saying Sheaton for the moment and do some more research, but that's the one I kind of settled on before. I thought I was quite close to it. But nevertheless, let's not worry about the phonetics of people's names. Let's worry about the Counter-Strike. You guys pick on the small details, just leave us alone. 14-12. Guns not all round. Aligon have not got them. HMP has got the AWP, so maybe he's going to finally step up. Yeah, the interesting thing about the AWP switching round, maybe that's due to confidence. HMP, he hasn't really woken up in this map, and you know, the AWPer is somebody that has to perform, and if you haven't got confidence, then you want to just give it to somebody else that is performing. So, you know, that's something to consider. But HMP has got it, so let's see if he can get a few frags, get himself warmed up a little bit. I'm waffling on. 3 plays 3. So this is a fairly decent eco round. They've already taken down 2 members of their opposing side, and they've got themselves another gun in the hands of Dennis. That's 2 of them equipped, and Power seems to not need any guns anyway. He's that good. Can he get one? Oh, nearly flicking there. Just misses the shot. His position is given away. Rope's going to push in. Does take him down. Might have seen the other guy in kitchen. The bomb is just about going to get planted down to the wire. But now the new timer comes in. It's 45 seconds for the CTs to get in, kill the members, and defuse the bomb. Makalele, good little angle there. Nice aggressive play. Dennis now, the last member remaining, needs to pick it up or they're going to be facing match point. Does get the first. Nice headshot. 2 more to find. He doesn't quite know where they are. It's getting sprayed through. Roku, who is performing very well. Didn't really step it up yesterday, but he's certainly redeeming himself. Sorry, the day before. But he's playing well to date. And ESG find themselves in a very comfortable position. They've got 3 map points, so they need 1 more round, and we're going to DE Inferno.
Yeah, and who would have thought that after the start as well, when Alagon started so well, got off to a blistering beginning, but since then it's been a bit one way against them. I was also told it could be Skitten. You Scandinavians, you so crazy. I'm just going to stick to Skyton or Shooting or something. Either way, let's crack on with this round. 3 match points, as Jono did say before. Map points, I should say. It's not a match, this is a best of 3. And next map will be Inferno. The deciding map will be Dust 2 if we so need. Grenade comes out from Zelos, actually bounces across the wall. That didn't do any damage whatsoever. And loads of flashbangs down as well. The snowstorm descends on B. Delpan, those can open things up. There's Dennis with a quick double. And the man we're talking about, the problem for English speakers, will take him out. Palf also falls. So ESG right on the cusp of taking his first map, but not if Zelos has something to say about it. Takes down 1, sees a second. Delpan could be next in the firing range. He needs to be careful. He's only got 2 bullets remaining. He goes to pick up the AK, and then get slotted in the back of the head from Delpan. So that will be first map going to ESG.
That was such good awareness from